Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 41st edition of Coffee with Ashish. And today we have got a very special guest with us, Shri Shailesh Patil ji from Kesri Travels, or Shalda, as everybody likes to call him. Before we welcome him, it's very interesting because we're having this session back to back with a couple of days back. Shailesh ji, we were having a session with TTC Group, which, as you also know, is a almost 100-year-old family legacy business globally in travel with multiple brands. And we were just trying to draw parallels of similar success stories probably coming out of India. So I think it's a very opportune time when we are having you following up with that conversation to see that if from India also there are these growth stories. And I think everybody who's joined us today, they've all inspired. I mean, especially I know even my dad, when he knew that I was having a conversation with Kesari Travels, he was very nostalgic. So I think all of us have grown seeing the brand evolve, and it's very amazing and inspiring in terms of how even your father, when he started the organization back in '84 with so sort of humble beginnings, and Kesari Bhav, as everybody loves to call him, and with very limited resources in a small part of Maharashtra, how he grew the organization from the scratch, how he used to actually accompany everybody on the trips to Kashmir. And he had this concept. I was reading Sir Swataha Malak Barobar, that how owners should also travel with the tour, and also the innovation which the company did over the years in terms of creating My Fair Lady, All Ladies Tour, Marigold, Honeymoon, Chota Break. All these are now sort of trendsetters, which all the other travel companies we know created fancy words for it, and actually followed that trend. And our guest today, Shalda, has also been a pioneer of bringing actually new energy and blood in this organization. And he's always been the behind the scenes person and tries to stay away from the limelight and razzmatazz. But he has been instrumental in actually bringing Kesari 2.0, if one may call, in terms of making it more tech savvy. He actually designed the state of the art ERP for Kesari. Uh, Doing entire automation end to end from logistics to CRM. And because of his tech savvy nature and his prowess in technology, he was also, called upon by, Shiv Sena in Maharashtra, and with Uddhavji Thackeray. And he's actually helped them also and advised them on technology aspects. And Kesari, as you know, under his leadership is now a strong brand operating with more than 1 million plus families with their repeat customers. Kesari has had the honor of being India's best travel company for 2015, and many awards even going forward. Shelda, apart from work, is also a very passionate landscape and portrait photographer, and he's got strong interest and inclination towards photography. And with all the, I am no photographer, but he has got a huge collection of, even behind him, you can see some of the pictures. And he has also clicked photos from backwaters in Kerala to Canada's Manitoba white polar bear at minus 18 degrees. So I'm sure some interesting stories he would love to share with us as well. And he is actually counts Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, who is the founding father of Singapore, as his mentor in building and leading multiple businesses. And in his capacity as a leader, he has also created an ecosystem for the brands, which runs on four core principles of forgiveness, gratitude, positive attitude, and innovation. And it's really interesting to see a corporate having that sort of values and principle even in today's time. And apart from business and his support to local government, he's also an active participant with the Narendra Modi government, and he has given a lot of suggestions around best practices for various sectors around the world, around foot to path, road signage, solar power, to education systems, healthcare, tourism policy, and the list goes on and on. And in his office, he's considered as a sharpshooter who's really got the eye for detail and attention for detail, and he keeps everybody on his toes in the office. And before I welcome him, I also wanted to show a small picture of how on the left the organization was when Casey Bhau started it in the 80s, and how it evolved towards the right. And obviously now the family has grown into multiple businesses on their own. So just a bit of nostalgia. So with this, a very warm welcome to you, Shalda, to our show. And I'm going to hand it over to Ashish ji to have a conversation with you and welcome you while I have my coffee as well.
Well, good to have you, Trileji, with us. Are you audible? Is your voice okay?
Up mute pe, I
Yeah,
think,
I
Shalda.
think you might be on mute. You want to check that out?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you now. So,
Karthik
let's
spoke a lot about me. I don't know he knew so much about me.
well, there is a saying which goes that when you can't fish, you mend your net.
Yes.
And perhaps this is the time when a lot of people in their own way have been mending their nets. But let's talk about Casey and let's talk about you a bit more as to how you've been riding the storm and at the same time mending your net, let's
I
so
think
to say.
this time we got mending our net time is too much by God.
Mhm.
Too much time He has given. Now, what we are looking at is this time we are only into developing and deploying good softwares for ease of doing business. That's the only agenda we have right now. This pandemic has taught us lot many things that we should look back into our business in terms of cost, analytics, and ease of doing business through mobile phone. A lot of areas we depend on on emails, we depend on phone calls. But what if we deploy each and everything onto mobile app? And that's what I focused all my energy into this.
Right.
Also something like people want to do and hear and talk and read in mobile in their mother tongue. That is Hindi, English, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and all that. It's a tedious task, but not impossible. We can connect with people in their mother tongue in much better way than we can talk in English always. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to deploy and develop a multilingual interfaces so that people can connect with us in those languages. That's one of the areas. Second areas is how we can make customers tour buying experience as easy as buying on something on Flipkart or on Amazon or something like that. So simple. So go
Yes,
select, choose,
yes,
check options, what is happening, what is included, what is not included, can I do a trial, can I run a video through, something like that, which is the best season to go, and so on. And then, yeah, okay, we are interested. And when you want to book a tour, pay a small token amount. Even if cancellation comes, also they are not bothered about it. And once they say that, okay, we are going for a tour, we are booking a tour, then a holiday feeling starts with the mind of people and you generate interest out of that. And then things will start moving on its own. And whole idea is these days is not opening up big offices, bigger networks and all that, but have good sizable presence for physical appearances and deploy everything on mobile. That's the only mission we are working on. Number one. Number two, we have got huge number of bookings for April and May and June and July for 2020. Is already there with us. People have paid money with us. We are struggling with fighting with airlines, hotels, transporters, agents, overseas agents, URail, consulates for huge amount of money has been paid to them. Practically nobody would like to refund and nobody is in a position to refund, even they wish. So one of the areas I'm working on that, how to retain that amount safely, safeguard that amount and make sure that we do the tour of people in the near time. And sometimes some people wants to have refund also. They're insisting we need refund. We don't know when we can travel. We also intend to have good refunds for them. We want to give them. But situation is all travel industry is following credit shell policy. So we have
yeah,
worked on credit shell policy and we also started giving credit notes to all our customers who has booked with us. And majority of customers are agreeing to travel. And that is one of the big positive thing what we have observed is many people have, in spite of pandemic, they say we would love to travel when the situation is acceptable to travel. And that's good part. So right now, right answer to your question is we are focused only on softwares right now and ease of teams working.
right.
A lot of time people are talking about work from home, work from home. But work from home culture will not long last. For few people, it will work. But work from home, giving quality deliverables to customers is challenging. Finance person can work from home, billing calculation can work from home and all that. But right now we are deploying technology in such a way that even work from home, work will be reduced by technology.
Hmm.
Whatever work we were doing, I said that even don't send this work home. Let the technology do the work, and then what will happen? Technology will take care of a lot of work. Like we are trying to push online banking. Like my ERP system does transfer of banking from my system itself. We don't have to go to log into bank portals and check who is there, second authorization, all that. If ERP says this transaction has to happen, it happens. So nobody has to go to bank portals anymore. So we have to have deep integration with banking systems, and bank were hesitant to give us that system. I said we deploy. So bank deployed a server at our end.
Hmm.
We deployed both combinedly, have encrypted transaction pairs created on that server, and then the transaction happens smoothly. And we have responsibility and a memorandum signed with the bank that whatever transaction happened, we are responsible, but our system does the transactions, and we have built in our own checks, anti-fraud systems, mechanism, everything has been built in that. And so that what happens with that is we do around 1500 transactions in a day, and nobody has got time to check those transactions.
Right.
So now, earlier people have to just 2-3 people have deployed to check the transaction bank portal and then do authorization and all that. It's all stopped completely. It's completely automated, and our system takes care of what money has to go out, and whether it's a correct amount, whether it's an excess amount, all checks are built into our own ERP system. And some small artificial intelligence also built in. So we check what transactions happening, how many times transactions happening, is this vendor new one, is it a high value transactions, is it repeated transaction, is it going part of the money or is it going in advance money, something like that. We are cross-checking many stages. So it's fun to do that, and we are continuously busy into IT. And I built outside this room, my IT department has shifted. Whole IT department was somewhere else. We bring all department here, and I spend most of my time with IT. And also, what we did is we are completely on open source,
Right.
absolutely on open source.
Yeah.
Um, a cheers to Microsoft.
Cheers. Yes, indeed.
Microsoft raided my office one day,
Right.
thinking that we are using 300 copies of MS Office, Microsoft Office.
Right.
And we said, we don't have Windows here. So how we are supposed to use Microsoft? We are in Linux platform. All my machines Linux. And there were few Windows machines because some banking, some airline, they want those machines, Windows machines only. Government portals to be upgraded, they want Windows systems. We had hardly few Windows systems. Those all were licensed. And then they have really problem that they raided my premises and there are no Windows here. And they were surprised. And that's how it was very unsuccessful for Microsoft. And that day I decided, even whatever Windows we are using, I said, cut it down. So it was fun dealing with that. And we are absolutely on Linux. Our emails are integrated with our ERP system. Our portal is integrated with ERP system. Our call center is integrated with our ERP system. And now we are integrating WhatsApp with our ERP system, WhatsApp APIs with ERP system, and payment gateways, then IATA hot files. A lot of fun, really. And building artificial intelligence and local languages. So to use the fonts of Malayalam and Kannada fonts, it was fun for us to integrate those fonts. But we have done successful integration now, which is not live yet, but eventually we'll do that.
I'm sure you'll enjoy the fishing as well once the fishing open up. But having said that, whatever you've said in terms of ease of doing business, bringing process and efficiency, it all leads down to bringing confidence either in your own employee first, and second, the consumer. And I think that's the need of the hour, is to get back confidence in each other.
I think consumers believes in brands. And when you talk about brand does not lie with us. Like Kesari brand, if you say it is not with me, I work for that brand, but actually brand lies with my customers.
Yeah.
What we call is my guest,
yeah.
who have traveled with us, millions of guests who have traveled with us, and millions of people have seen Kesari's groups everywhere. Yeah. They wish to travel with us, but they may not be part of our tours right now. See, when people of 25 years, 30 years of age, now they want to do things on their own.
Yeah.
After 35, they are with 2 kids, wife is there, and then they get tired sometimes of traveling alone, doing alone. When they reach towards 40, they say, let's go with travel company. And that's what they try to come as a choice as Kesari, as one of the good tour operators. And they try to come with us. So I think lot of people have trust in our brand, and we take maximum efforts to value and show the trustworthiness honestly, and we take care of everything. Like when pandemic happens, we realize the situation is absolutely tough and hard for travel company, any hospitality industry company. So what we did immediately was we shut down all our rented offices, and we told them that when things become normal, we will operate those offices. Right now, we are not in a position to pay the rents because it's customers' money. We have to safeguard their money.
Right.
We stopped all management salaries. So none of the management members have taken 1 rupee also salary after 31st March. Absolutely. We are absolutely transparent, very ethical, and very committed to customers' money. And what we have done is, because of this, our ethical practices, people have a lot of faith in our brand. And it will not be difficult for us to bring back my tourists back to brand and back to tours. I'm very much confident. Only thing, what is problematic right now is too much fear of corona. What has happened with this is, we stopped the nation when there were 500 or 700 cases of corona, and nobody was knowing what corona is exactly, how dangerous it is. Even we can't blame the government also.
Yes.
Government did right decision, fearing the
worst.
death threats of corona, and seeing what happened in Italy and um, Spain, those two countries and other countries. It was very much big panic. But right now we have got millions of corona cases tested and millions of non-tested. And still life is coming back to normal. So the way we used to interact with each other in the month of April and May, now it is much easier. We can talk to people, we can mingle around them, we can move in the market, not that much of scare. So this scare has to go away. And I think this corona fear is a big blunder. We Indians and we people living in the subcontinent have a very strong immune system, which can take care of this virus very much well in spite of vaccine. Like you see, the workers, migrant workers traveling from Mumbai to Bihar, or from Madhya Pradesh to Bihar, or UP, or wherever, West Bengal to UP, or Hyderabad to West Bengal, wherever. They travel in hundreds and hundreds of together. But was there corona spread with them? I think there was, but they got cured on the way only.
Yeah.
So we have got very strong immune system, and that is the weapon I'm going to use in our beliefs, making my team stronger and stronger. Right now we are around 20 to 25 people working in KC for last 1.5 months. Our call center is on. We meet each other, we follow safety, we put up masks like this when we move around. But eventually what happens is, it's your immune system that will give you a confidence. And now there is a confidence with people. People who sat in front of television, they will not come out of corona fear. But people who are out, they know that corona is not that dangerous. That's what we are thinking. I think it's a normal disease like cough and cold, and whoever has stronger immune system, they will survive stronger.
So there are these.
Bringing back confidence is not a much difficult. Just the fear goes away of corona by way of vaccine, by way of people having their own experience of moving out and still they are safe, or by way of they see the people of corona getting cured in 4 days and coming back to home. So when they see all these things, this fear will go away. And the fear goes away, the confidence will build up 100 times faster.
So magnifying a bit, and I asked Nick Lim of Trafalgar last Tuesday, do you still see the way group travel was going to happen in the same manner, people going in groups, traveling in groups, short, medium term, or they will change the characteristics?
I think people will scare of group travel initially. They will scare. But there are some people who say, we will travel in a group of their own family members.
Yeah, that's exactly
which they are mingling around.
Right.
So our logic is, we start group tours with the small family members.
Right.
And if they allow, we can add 1 or 2 more family members together.
Right.
And start 1 group or 2 groups. See how corona fear has got into mind of people very fast. It will go away also very fast. The things which comes out very fast, it goes out also very fast. It's the law of universe. The nature also is built like this. So I think fear of corona will start fading away. And the moment fear of corona fades away, group travel will start normally. That now what is happening, when people travel in the airline, they wear that mask like this.
Yeah, the shield.
That scares the more, the shield.
Hmm.
The shield scares them more.
Yeah, it's more scary to look at.
Yeah, so scary to look at. But eventually, that shield will also go away because we are now from 700 cases to lockdown, millions of cases to opening up.
Hmm.
That itself is a very, very positive sign itself. And now in September, Mumbai, the trains are starting. I see a lot of traffic jams in Mumbai. That means people are moving out. And there are less restrictions. Now there are people are talking about the cured cases and not the affected cases. That's a big change which is happening. And as and how the people will start moving out for life. Now people have been inside with the fear, but now the EMIs are hitting them. The bank balance is going down. The education wants more money. The kids' money has to be paid to the schools. A lot of expenses are coming up with people. So now people are thinking, am I going to sit at home or am I going to move out? And they see people are moving out. So people have started moving out. Now I move to Crawford Market areas. I move to Mumbai, other areas. I have to travel and see what's happening around, how the people are moving around. First time in last 36 years, I have not seen airport in last 4 months. Otherwise, I am the person who will see airport every 15 days or 10 days, something
Right.
like that.
Right.
Keep on traveling. But right now, I see corona fear is going away and group travel will happen the same way it used to happen. But to start with, smaller group, restricted groups. Now, suppose I want to go to Goa with a group travel. I don't know what are restrictions Goa government is putting on and whether they will continue the same because many governments are changing new rules every day.
Hmm.
They say that now Karnataka is the only government I see very active, very positive in fighting the corona, in lifting up the restrictions. They are very vocal about it and they say everything is working. Now we work with the spa industry. My spas are open and operational in Karnataka. Government give absolute okay and no problem for us last 1.5 months. The travel also offices, they say you can open the offices, but since everything is closed, we are not opening up the offices. But they say if you visit Karnataka, there is no quarantine.
Hmm.
They have opened it up. Now, I think other states should also follow these things.
Right.
Now, the CM of Karnataka, very senior person, Mr. Yediyurappa, and I have high regard for it. He is the most vulnerable among all the chief ministers because he's a very old person, but he's very active, very decision making, and very courageous. So I give 100 marks to him for tackling the corona and opening up the economy because eventually everybody has to open an economy. The group travel has to start. Now I talk to people in Kashmir. They say, "Aap aa jao, open hai." But hoteliers say you come will not solve the problem. The government of Kashmir has to say, you come, we say no quarantine to you. But they are so scared so much. Na? So actually they don't know whether quarantine is helping to stop corona or not. But actually it is not because
Right.
otherwise we could not have millions of cases after so much of lockdown. So I think corona should be a part and parcel of our life and we should start living with corona. Like Japan declared that corona is not going to go, we have to start living life with these restrictions. So I think
No,
immune system improving is the best way for corona and not the lockdown.
and I like the thought of small family groups, known family groups traveling together. And
Yes.
that will ultimately gather momentum and give others confidence to keep
Yes,
traveling.
yes, sure.
I also remember when I met you in your office and we had that long discussion that you were very positive and gung-ho about the NRI population joining your European tours, people from Britain, people from US. And I, of course, see that as a wonderful opportunity in current time that a British Indian would feel very confident traveling to Europe
Yes.
versus an Indian originating traveling to Europe. What are your thoughts? Are you taking those thoughts further in group travel?
Yes, we are on that line. But the problem with the NRI community is even more scared than Indians.
Hmm. So
Okay,
even to travel to Europe.
even travel to your overall health, they're more of health conscious more in those cities than people in India. Like Ashish and Shailesh say that I would like to travel if there is a corona cases also I would like to travel.
Right.
But what my feedback with this NRI community is, they're more health conscious and they follow government guidelines. And they say that, oh, this is not allowed. I think it is not safe to travel right now, and we would not like to travel. But yes, this community is the easy target for people to take on tours because many European countries say a person from UK is welcome, but a person from Mumbai and Delhi is not welcome because we have got millions of positive cases here, which is not the same case with UK and other countries. So yes, NRI community, we are looking at big time, but still we are not able to churn around big volume out of that
Right. Right.
because this community has got All our itineraries are based on holidays in India and how it is moving on. So we are based on Indian company with Indian tourists. But for NRI, yes, we are trying, but still it is not that much in this pandemic that we can generate volume out of it or any cases. But yes, as you rightly said, they are the easy targets for conversion and easy targets for countries to allow them. Yes. It should
I, I'll take you up on the language and the vernacular digital contents. I've always had a thing against Indian tourism bodies, the government.
yes, yes,
Way
yes.
back from 1980s, late 70s, when I entered the industry, that they would support tour operators making contents, brochures in Japanese, in Germans, in Spanish to attract the foreign audience to come into India.
Right, right, right.
But I haven't seen a similar effort by Government of India to promote domestic contents in a unified manner, be it in Gujarati, be it in Maharashtra, or be it in Tamil and so on, knowing fully well that India is many countries into one. And suddenly they wake up with this pandemic and say, okay, let's promote domestic tourism. But to promote domestic tourism, you've got to have a digital infrastructure which touches the languages, because that's where the next user comes from.
Yes, I think this is on the government level. I think they are taking these efforts on. And I said that even it is not, you can use Google Translator, simple, just Google Translator, and you can convert whatever content you have into Japanese or French or Italian or Russian, whatever it is, and you get fairly good translation. It may not be in terms of legal formats, it will be the same, but to understand about things, now what they are doing is the tourists are going reverse way. They take our content and they translate themselves and they read it on their phone. But if we could come up with an easy translator, which we are trying ourselves for Indian languages, it will help a lot for many people, and local language always better. Now I will share with you something with us on our website. If you see, this is there.
Yes, yes.
You can see English.
Yeah.
And I touch here. It is Marathi.
Oh, all right.
Right? You can see this?
Yes.
Maybe reverse, you are seeing it reverse, but that's how it is. And that is what we are trying to do is English, Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, Kannada, and things like that. And people would love to get connected. Whatever you talk, if it is in mother tongue, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Government of India is also, I'm sure Government of India also doing that multilingual things. And but they go with statistics, which tourists are coming more than we should do. I said we should do now. The technology is so easy to translate. I think we should do all languages.
Right. Let's look at the distribution model across the country.
Okay, okay.
You yourself mentioned, you were sort of pruning down your offices, saving on your rent, and so on. And we have mushroom of small travel agents across the country as a typical distribution agency. Then, of course, we have even internet platform, be it Amazon. You said make it as easy as Amazon. And today Amazon is distributing air tickets, and what's to stop them from distributing even Kesari digitalized contents going forward tomorrow. Then you have suddenly these small, medium Kirana stores coming up as from selling Ashirwad atta to a travel commodity, right? It's all ease of doing business in the end, if you can make it happen. How do you see the distribution model for holiday products going forward? Because the industry has always said, oh, ticket is the easy thing, hotel is the easy thing, but when it comes to tour, you still need the typical model.
Yes.
How do you see that?
What the problem we are facing is right now, what I see, lots and lots of travel companies have their own softwares, own platforms. And there's no standardized software, there's no standardized platform. Right. Everybody has built with their own requirements, need, and what they want. Or whoever the person working at that point of time having domain knowledge, they translated something to IT people built something and they're using it. But I not see all companies are fully on ERP kind of system. They still use spreadsheets. They'll use still Word documents, and spreadsheet is something adding big efficiency to the businesses. Because when somebody writes in a spreadsheet or even a Google document spreadsheet, whatever it is restricted to themselves. No other people can access, no other people can analyze. Every time asking spreadsheet is something wrong. So at Kesari, we say kill the spreadsheet. We don't need spreadsheets here. And we go say that we go on ERP system. Now we have our own ERP system, but suppose I have to integrate with Amazon. Then Is my API ready to integrate with Amazon? Yes, I have built the API in such a way that we can integrate with any platform any way they want. We on the fly we generate our API now. So they say that we need these things. We say okay, we generate API with these restrictions, these authorities, these permissions, and these are the key values authorized for them. And API is generated. Somebody else come with their own requirement. We can give that. But not all companies are ready with this kind of technology for ease of integration. So the people who are having the platforms like Flipkart, Amazon, Tata, Mahindra and Mahindra is building something, Google for that matter, or Make My Trip, everybody. If they want to integrate somebody else, they have to come up with the ease of integration. Then every small agent putting his data and integration, they should come up with ease of integration. Big platforms that might, who knows, WhatsApp and Facebook will also start selling tickets and having these things. If they are coming to payment gateways, it is not far distance to they start selling tickets and all that. It's easy. Everybody wants to have the market share with technology. And so that's how it is going to happen. So what I think is there is a big hurdle in connecting your inventory to technology platforms. So somebody has to come up ease of connectivity and then it will happen. But yes, Amazon is selling grocery also. Amazon will sell my tools also. Amazon will sell airline tickets also. They will sell everything. And then Amazon and Uber will connect with each other. They say, if you are buying ticket tour from Amazon, Uber will give you 50% discount on this travel. Something like that will come up. So it's part of integration. And what we are doing right now is any kind of integration, we should be ready for it and adopt and implement the new requirement. What we are also seeing as is, apart from this integration, that many new business models will emerge. But what will be that business model? We don't know yet because the world is stopped completely. How it is going to start, what restrictions they are going to put, how people are going to travel, what opportunities and options are available there, we have to see. We have to see and then build the real workable module. But right now, what we are doing is assuming something and getting ourselves ready. But now Russia says from 1st January, you are welcome inside, right? But we don't know whether they are surely 1st January they are going to welcome or not. Second wave will come or not. Now they are going to distribute the vaccine. The vaccine will be safe or not. Or 3 months after that, vaccine will show some bad effects, something like that. We don't know about it. But yes, eventually things will come back to normal according to me, surely. And distribution platform, rightly as you asked me, distribution platform will have ease of connectivity. Then only platform will expand. Now everybody want to distribute. I want to distribute on all platforms, but there is no ease of connectivity. I want to sell my package to everyone on every platform, and somebody says that I will give you a business. I'm ready to part with a good, handsome commission to them, because to acquire a customer, we need a lot of cost, advertising, call center, lot of conversations. So big cost to acquire a customer. But somebody says, I have a platform, I have a ready customer, I will give you double the commission because he's going to give me something ready. And digitally, you can connect and explain people very fast. Now we are trying to work around with people with video calling. Our salespeople will make a video call to a guest if they allow us, and we can have better communication with them. So I think connecting with other platforms is a very good idea, and eventually everybody has to do that, but somebody has to come up with ease of connectivity. Yeah. Now, ease of connectivity is the big hurdle in this. Otherwise, everybody wants to distribute.
I agree with you. I've always visualized that there has to be a very fluid and flexible, scalable layer in between.
Yes.
Which offers to be able to plug it in any way.
I think Google is working on something like that. Something like that.
Little story before I wrap it up. Karthik, who's here, is a therapist when it comes to artificial intelligence and chatbots, etc. And one of the biggest challenges when he's outside the industry, but he challenged when he entered the travel industry was the desperate system, because you can't physically go to 100 travel companies and say, I'll integrate the chatbot into your system, because each one is throwing up different kind of data to the same question, right? And the data itself is not very authentic in many cases. It throws junk.
Yes.
So yes, so to get that.
And sometimes chatbot goes goodbye.
Yes.
You ask some question, they say goodbye.
Yeah, so that's
very funny it is.
Correct. So lastly, just to conclude before I'll ask Karthik if he has any audience question or question of his own, is I think this is where our innovative startup friends, these youngsters who come in, are probably more innovative than, I wouldn't say than you, but certainly than many other people in the generation. Uh, and I've always felt that there is a space for them in our industry, but they haven't been welcomed with the open arm by existing company to say, why don't we, work with each other together? I'll help you, you help me do certain challenges. It hasn't happened, and I don't know why it has happened. Probably one of the reasons, just to conclude, it hasn't happened is the model. Because the startup has thought that the best way to build a business is to get some VC funding, make your valuation into 10x, sell out, and why should I bother about an alliance with Kesari? But do you think that changing? Do you see that meshing up together?
I think different startups has got different models. Okay, like if somebody asks you how is the marriage in India, somebody says, oh, it's a lavish marriage, 5 days, 7 days, 3 days. But marriages in India are 5 minutes marriages, 1 hour marriages, 1 day marriage, half day marriage, 2 hour marriage, 2 days marriage, different. Because we are a very vast country.
And these days, even Zoom marriage, because my
Yeah,
friends got
yes,
married
yes,
on
yes.
Zoom.
Now a pandemic marriage or something else, Zoom marriage, you're right, absolutely right. But what happens with this? Same way, with startups also, there are different kind of mindsets of startup, all that. What you said is absolutely right. Some startup things like that. So my advice would be to startups is, they should acquire more domain knowledge of travel, and they should acquire more on ethical values of customer service. Because end of the day, how much platform you build, how much ease you build, end of the day, if some problem happens to customers, you need a human touch. Human touch can solve the problem of the customer much faster than any technology you use. Any technology you use. Because when customer is frustrated, angry, or upset about something, his flight is cancelled, his tickets are not there, they're very much upset. So these startups do not have the knowledge of how to handle customers. They have knowledge of book knowledge. They have been taught. They hire some HR. They say, "Oh, this is how it is." But no, to handling angry customer is something different. You come to Shailesh, I will tell you, 36 years of customer experience. Now you said, "Na Shailesh, sit with your coffee cup." I have H2O in this water.
Mm.
I don't drink tea. I don't drink coffee. Now you'll ask me why I don't drink tea and coffee. I used to do a group tours in Manali. My sister Veena used to do group tours in Manali back to back. Sometimes I used to also do. Or Nepal, I used to do the tours. So at Manali, one of the hotels, I used to reach at 5, 5:30, 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. But to reach at that point of time, we had to skip the tea over there in the afternoon tea. And I observed when I entered that hotel, I used to face problems. People are complaining, my curtain is not there. He get snow view. I'm not getting snow view. I say, you have got apple orchid view and a beautiful mountain there. No, I want to see snow. His room is bigger than mine. All big problems. One gentleman came to me, and I used to not wonder why this hotel has got all the problems. They say, and other groups which are entering in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, no problem. I said, what is this with this hotel? They said, Shailesh, problem is not rooms. Problem is you are not giving me afternoon tea today. At our age of 50, you skip our lunch or dinner, no problem. Don't skip afternoon tea coffee. I said, why? He said, our brain doesn't work. Then I realized that another 20 years, I don't want to be the same person. So that day onward, I stopped drinking tea and coffee. It's almost now 30 years. I'm not drinking tea and coffee as habit. Okay, but that's how it is. I learn from customers, and that goes into a deep knowledge. How many startups will know this, that if you skip the afternoon tea, customer is agitated and angry. He's not upset about the room, he's upset about he's not got the tea in the afternoon. So we made sure that all the tours, no matter what, afternoon tea is a must. And now we take a halt at Kulu, we find somewhere place, we say that, oh, 4 o'clock, we must have tea break. That's how it is. So these small details goes into customer service. Now many people are upset about their tours are not happening right now. Their tours are not happening. And they say that we not got called, but we know we have called them. But they say they will call you back. They send me email. But yes, what we do when they're agitated, they're angry, they're upset. we make sure that we get immediate call to them. Immediate, we call them. If it is not midnight or something, we say that office hours, we call them and we say that, sir, we have received your call. This is the problem. This is the solution we are coming up with. What we can do. Now, customer is not upset about his tour not going. Customer is upset about he's not been heard by you people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have call center, sometimes call doesn't go. We have call center toll-free number. Sometimes toll-free number goes to Delhi. Even I dial my number, toll-free number, it goes to my Delhi office, which is closed. I talked to MTNL, I said, this is wrong. Then we have to disconnect all call forwarding options. So the option was given in such a way that if Bangalore person call, it will go to Kesari Bangalore call center. If Mumbai, Maharashtra, Gujarat person call, it goes to Mumbai call center, something like that. But sometimes the calls are diverted to different call centers. So we deactivate that facility right now. So all calls pan India are diverted to Mumbai now since last 3 days when we face this problem. Customer service, people, we need to know that customer service has to be heard first properly. Give them a genuine, authentic response. Be nice, be loyal, and be ethical with them. Sometimes a mistake happened. No? We have to tell them honestly, sir, this mistake has happened. Now, in one of the couriers, customer has paid us a tour to Singapore. And while coming his passport from Delhi or something, passports got stolen. Because the courier guy put passports bag with the laptop bags, 2 or 3 laptops, and along with this passport bag. And we have seen in the camera that somebody has stolen that bag from the Delhi airport while the courier was uploading, downloading. And we lost the passports. 5.5 lakh rupees paid. The people are staying in office. They want to go on tour. Only 2 passports we have out of 5 people. No, we can't send 1 couple to Singapore and 3 other family members here. So they were afraid. 5.5 lakh rupees paid. We refunded same day all money to them. They were at the airport. I said, you go airport, we send the money. They got the check in their hand, and after 2 hours, they came back to my office. Shailesh, we never expected that we get money so fast, all our money when we saw the passport is lost, and it's not your mistake, it's a blue dot mistake. I said, well, it's not a blue dot mistake also, but sometimes bad things happen. They said, this is the check, we want to give you back. Give me another tour anywhere in India. Because passports are not there, we can't travel abroad. And with their money, they went to Nainital, not same money, little less than half the money. We arranged a beautiful tour to Nainital, and they were happy. They were happy about it. So whatever money I refunded, almost 30-40% money come back to me, and they did a tour of Nainital. They said, we have come for holiday. We have left Jaipur and came here, Kesari, but this incident has happened. Send us somewhere else to tour. And they were very happy after the tour. And again, their passports were made, and they're traveling again with Kesari to Singapore. I don't know whether they have traveled, yes or no, but I'm sure lifetime they will be traveling with us. Wonderful. This is what customer service comes on. And if startups could understand these things, now rules and regulations says, if passport is lost, courier, this is not our responsibility. So now you have to travel or you don't have to travel, money will not be given. We said, no, we give you all money back. And the money came back to me. That's how it is. Now, if startups could understand these deep values of good customer service, ethical practices, I think people in India are extremely nice, polite, humble. They understand the situation. And if you tell them the truth, they are with you. And how it came to me, sometimes, on tours, when I have a group of 70 people traveling, 2 buses. In the morning, we'll say that how many non-vegetarians today? So we count number of hands. Though they write in the forms that I'm non-veg, I'm veg. Some days they eat, some days they don't eat. So out of 30, we say that 30 are non-vegetarian. So we have to order chicken for 30 people. And when the evening, the batch comes, there are 40 or 45 people for non-vegetarian. What do you do then? Then sometimes chicken is finished. At the Perrier house, I was doing a group, and 9:30 in the night, my cook says, Dada, chicken is finished. I said, how come? We counted 30. He said, there are more than 45 people are eating chicken now. Now 15 people, no chicken, or 10 people, no chicken. What do you do now? So I said, nothing can be done because you cannot make the chicken 9:30 in the night in the Perrier house. Everything is closed. So I go to people and I said, see, people, we are very sorry. We get a count of 30 and we made a chicken for 35 people, but it's finished now because the count is 45. And I was expecting the people will be angry with me. They said, do you know, Shailesh, what is the problem? I said, no. There are a lot of people who are supposed to be vegetarians. And they feel shy to raise their hands in the bus. Because, like some people who are by caste system, they are vegetarians,
Yeah, yeah.
but they would like to taste the chicken, or they are eating chicken. Their family may not be eating, they are eating. So they say they feel shy to raise the hand in the bus in front of everybody. But if you take room wise, everybody asks, they will give you the correct figure. And the incident converted into a joke and laughter. And they said, no problem, Shailesh. Aaj chicken nahi khayenge. Kal double dena humko.
Well,
So this is what, as a tour leader, I learned so many things from my customers. And when I was at the age of 20, 19, 20, 21, 22, it's a learning age. So we are the lifetime learners, but we were not that much senior at that time when I was operating the tours. And I used to get a commissioner of police, commissioner of income tax, big dignitaries, doctorate people, the professors, the principals, the directors of some big companies, the people who have retired from very big posts, literature masters, historians, many great people. I could handle them for 10 days, 15 days tours. Earlier, the tour duration was very high. I used to operate a tour of Nepal for 18 days, a tour of Kashmir for 12 days, something like that. So we had a good bonding, and I could share a lot of things with them, and they share much more things with me. And those things are acting as an experiences for me, lifetime. So all small things, this chicken story I told you about, the tea story I told you about, so many things. And the bottom line is always only one. Be honest with your customers, and they are with you.
appreciate
And
it.
the moment you do some jugglery, like the chicken incident I told you, I will tell you another incident of Darjeeling. When same thing happened, but we realized that the count is 20 and the 30 has come for non-vegetarian food. First batch is veg and second batch is non-veg. So veg batch is less, means remaining is non-veg is more. So my chef came to me and said, let's make chicken spicy so that they will eat less. I said, don't do that. I said, don't do these ideas. But when the batch comes in, we said that, sir, this number is more, something wrong with us. Next time we'll make more chicken, but now this is limited chicken. Let's share all this limited piece. And everybody shared same thing. He said, Shailesh, no problem. As long as you give us chicken, we have no worry, small or big, no matter. So when you're honest with people, they support you. But had we had made spicy to have less consumption with that our brilliant chef's bad idea, we could have backfired that idea with us, because we know we are doing something wrong with customers. We will be guilty about it. And then customer will say, this chicken is bad. So instead of 45 people say they are honest and nice people, let's share and happy, 30 people would have said, you have got bad chicken today, it's spicy, we weren't able to eat it, and something went wrong with our health. So always my father has taught us, be honest and be ethical. And that is helping Kesri a lot. And that is our strength. We are going to survive. I'm going to start tours. I'm waiting when the flight starts for tourism. I'm the first person board with a small group of people.
Here's my 4 o'clock tea.
Yes.
And anybody who heard us today, to conclude, discussions ranging from Microsoft and open source technology to tour escorting physically.
And kill the spreadsheet.
And kill the spreadsheet would find this tremendous value. But thank you so much, and over to you, Karthik. And I look forward to another 2 hours in your office when things open up.
Sure. You're most welcome. Welcome to Mumbai.
Karthik,
lovely hearing to you, Shailesh. In fact, we are just getting so many messages. In fact, one of our good friends, Vikas Khanduri, has also written that it's so nice to see you talking candidly and openly about all these conversations. And it's very inspiring for everyone.
Thank
and
you.
a lot of our audiences is actually startups and young entrepreneurs. So they have also communicated to me that they really feel inspired after talking to you. And you have been very open and candid in sharing some of these deep secrets of the industry, which I'm sure with only years of experience one can first-hand experience. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and knowledge with all of us here, and from the entire Coffee with Ashish family. Thank you so much, Shailesh. Thanks,
I want to
Ashish,
share
as well.
one last thing.
Yes.
Yeah, as you point out, forgiveness, gratitude, positive attitude, and innovation.
Yeah.
So we at Kesri, we have got these forgiveness diaries made. Every day Kesri starts with a forgiveness line. Everybody has to write to whom you will forgive today. We are angry, upset with people. We are not happy with what is happening around. Maybe family members, friend circle, office, colleagues, bosses, customers, maybe a watchman of your building or a lift guard, maybe a rickshaw taxi person who is not giving you good service. for whatever reasons. So we say do forgiveness and do as much as gratitude as you can. You give gratitude to your legs, your body, your eyes. They're working 24 by 7 for you. Heart working 24 by 7. Lungs working 24 by 7. Your back, everything. Then your people, team members, a bus driver. When we get down from the bus, do we say thank you to the driver? When we eat the food, do we say thank you to people who make food for us? So we at KC make a habit of saying big gratitude for everything what we get. Keep on saying thank you. Thank you to universe. Thank you to Ashish. Thank you to Karthik. Thank you to people who are watching us. Say thank you more. And universe gives you good things. So at KC we have forgiveness prayers. I think everybody should follow this forgiveness prayer. The biggest advantage, you are healthy. You keep away yourself from corona. You keep away yourself from any other illnesses. And we have found drastically our sick leaves have gone down at Kesari. Drastically. When we started forgiveness and gratitude. So everybody should follow forgiveness to be safe and to keep away from illness. And my challenge, you will be away from corona if you follow forgiveness.
Thank you.
Lovely thought,
Thank you so
positive
much.
note. And with this, forgive me if I missed anything. Thank you everyone for joining in.
Ashish ji, choose the right people. I know he's a smart. Karthik, happy to see you. And Ashish, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you. Nice to see you once again.
We will see you again soon, I'm sure.
Thank
you
you.
everyone. Namaste.
Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.